This iron most likely costs more than my night here at this Hilton hotel costs. Good evening from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. In this video, we'll be seeing what it's like to stay at the cheapest Hilton, not in Malaysia, not in the continent of Asia, but in the entire world. Thank you, sir.
So I got checked in, hopped in the elevator, and yeah, I know this is the cheapest Hilton in the world.
But I really hope they didn't skimp on this elevator. It's a little slow, but it seemed okay to me. Let's see what the rooms here are like. Plus, they decided to give me an upgrade to the 24th floor. There are 25 floors in this building, and the 25th floor is a pool. So there's probably gonna be some views. Let's check out the room now, though. It's a room it is. Oh. And if you happen to be wondering just how cheap the cheapest Hilton in the world can be, well, hold tight. We'll go over that a little bit later in this video. But first, let's take a look around the room. Well, to start, this bed feels pretty good. And my wife and I, we're celebrating our wedding anniversary here. So we let the hotel know, of course, because you should always let the hotel know if you're celebrating anything special. And they put these cool little towels on the bed. Plus, there's a funny note here. Let's take a look at what they had to say. Dear valued guest, thank you for choosing Hilton Garden Inn, Kuala Lumpur, Tower B. Oh, I thought the name was a little bit different, but okay, anyway. We are delighted to have you with us. We trust your stay will be enjoyable, and if we can assist to make your stay more comfortable, please do let us know. If you're satisfied with our service and cleanliness, please rate us 5, 1 to 5 rating. I'm assuming they're referring to the Hilton rating system, but it could also be Google Maps, I'm not sure. Perhaps a little bit weird that they asked for us to rate them right in the note, but it's very nice that they left a note, and these cool swans. And in addition to this comfy bed, the room also has a nice place to sit with some pretty cool views, but I think we'll have to look in the morning because it's pretty dark right now. And then they give you 2 bottles of water, and it's really, really hot here, so you definitely need that, and I don't think you can drink the tap water here either. Plus, there is a fridge, though there's not anything in here yet. I'll have to fix that problem a little bit later. Then there's, of course, a TV. Probably won't even turn that one on. Unless maybe they have NHK. It's like the Japanese news channel. I don't know if you've ever watched that, but if you're in Asia, a lot of Asian countries will happen to have that in the hotel, and it's quite entertaining. Anyway, there's a shower here. It's not exactly like a luxury hotel shower, but I think it'll do the trick, especially considering this is the cheapest Hilton in the world. And then there's a toilet, and there's even this bidet type thing, and then they got toothbrushes because you're in Asia and there's always some kind of amenity no matter which hotel you're staying in. This one's got toothbrushes and I'm assuming there's toothpaste in there, but to be honest, I'm using my electric toothbrush and not those. Plus, they've got mega rich body lotion, which is very familiar. It seems that all of the Hilton Garden Inns in Asia must have that. And conditioner, body cleanser, shampoo. Oh yeah, and I forgot, they also have hand wash, aka soap. And the air conditioning is pumping pretty hard because like I said, it's kind of hot here. And there's lots of storage space. I put my bag here. Rasa put her bag there. Up here, there's nice places to hang your clothes. And then I love these little plastic laundry bags because I usually don't pay for hotel laundry services just because they're expensive. But actually, I think they do have coin laundry at this one. I'm not sure. I'll have to check. But anyway, I like to use these free plastic bags to hold my dirty clothes while I'm traveling around. And then when I get somewhere where I can hand wash them, I just do it that way. But do be warned. I'm not sure if every single hotel that has a bag for the laundry necessarily will let you take it for free, so always ask first. And then there's a few other amenities here. Remote control, wait, no, we already talked about that one. Hair dryer, not very important unless you have long hair because it is quite humid here. But what's perhaps a more useful amenity here that they have also in the room without asking for it is an ironing board. And to go with the ironing board, there's an iron. And I'd say this iron most likely costs more than my night here at this Hilton hotel costs. Oh yes, and this room is well equipped with a flashlight, which is a good thing to have in a room, I think. But that's about it for the room. There's not that much else to see here, honestly. But there is a pool on the roof, so let's go check that out. The hallways here are actually pretty nice, and they've got this little Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia artwork. And there is a staircase here, but I'm lazy and I'm taking the elevator. Everybody else is taking the elevator too. So I'm guessing the roof might be popular.
And there was really a lot happening up on the roof. There's a decent sized swimming pool that guests can use during the day, but it's closed after a certain time. And the city skyline views over here are amazing. Those are the tallest twin towers in the world, by the way, the Petronas Twin Towers.
But as it turns out, there's actually a restaurant in this hotel, and I didn't even realize that because nobody told me when I checked in. And I guess the restaurant wasn't the cheapest, so in going with the cheapest Hilton hotel in the world, I'm getting one of the cheaper meals that you can get here in Kuala Lumpur. Definitely not the cheapest though. And I was too slow for the Grab driver, but he left my food right here. Very nice of him. Thank you. Since I wasn't really sure what to eat, I just went with the national specialty, nasi lemak. And you can choose if you want it with like beef or chicken or apparently beef lungs. I wasn't feeling adventurous enough to eat beef lungs just because I've got a flight tomorrow as well. So I just got regular beef. And there may or may not be a little earthquake happening right now because as I was standing waiting for the elevator in the lobby, the floor started to shake. What else could it be? And there's still a little bit of shaking going on up here on the 24th floor, so hopefully that'll pass right now because I don't like it. So it seems like it must have just been a tremor. At least I hope nothing else shakes. But this is what nasi lemak looks like when you order it from a restaurant in the Grab app. And by the way, the Grab app is a good way to get around everywhere in Southeast Asia, basically. It's just like a combination of Uber and Uber Eats, except it's based in Singapore. And it definitely wasn't a huge serving, but you get a few chunks of beef there. And hot sauce is always interesting. And trying hot sauce in a new country is always even more interesting. And this cute little meal cost about $3, maybe a little bit less. It's around 11 ringgit, which is the local currency. But for that price, you don't get cutlery. Instead, I think you get what's either a banana or a papaya leaf, and you eat with that, maybe? I'm guessing that's what people do. The rice is tasty. Cooked with some kind of oil or something. And a complete 3 pieces of beef. The beef is good though, like a goulash. But anyway, I think that's about it for tonight. But we'll have to go up to the roof and see what it looks like during the day, because I think there are some pretty nice views to be seen there. Plus the breakfast is included in the room rate since I've got Hilton Gold status, so we'll have to check out what the breakfast looks like here too. Well, good morning. I can't say that this was the most comfortable place to sleep, but I definitely fell asleep after an hour or two. You can certainly hear your neighbors because I guess the walls are, I don't know, they're a little bit paper thin. But oh well. In the end, I think I got probably 8 hours of sleep and now I'm headed over to breakfast. So let's see what it's like to eat breakfast over at this cheap Hilton. Breakfast will be on the first floor. Although they really should have it up on that roof. My first stop is pretty much always at the coffee. But they've got your typical breakfast cereals, baked goods, and a pretty solid selection of hot foods. Some of the options are more Western seeming, but there's also a lot of local stuff. Plus there's an omelet station. Did I mention they have yellow watermelon? And overall the dining area is pretty large, though maybe not like 100% clean. But when you hold Hilton Gold or Hilton Diamond status, you get a special seat right next to the window. Overall, all of the food is of pretty decent quality. And it's kind of cool that the staff come around handing out stuff like spring rolls. But in the end, the thing I liked most about breakfast was the view. And being very limited on time in Kuala Lumpur, it was nice to be able to at least people watch a little bit. Well, the actual food they had over at breakfast was pretty solid. The breakfast room, on the other hand, is a little messy, a little chaotic. There's some very terrible, what do you call that? Elevator jazz playing there. I hate elevator jazz, I like real jazz. And yeah, I'd rather have that real jazz be something more prominent than background noise at breakfast. But anyway, I've got just a little bit of time here. And I noticed right across the street they have a little bit of an open air market. So let's see if there's anything interesting there, or not. And by the way, this isn't just my first time staying at this Hilton. This is my first time ever entering the country of Malaysia. It's a really interesting place because it's very diverse, you could say. I think it's 60-something% Islamic, so that's the leading religion, but they actually have a lot of different religions and cultural identities here. They're Buddhists, they're Hindus, and so on. Actually, I don't even know the rest of them, but I think there's a few more, maybe many more. I also read that there's 137 different dialects that they speak here, so there's a lot going on in Malaysia, I think. But even though it is 10 a.m., this market's still not open. And that's like a first. It's very rare that I'm the one out before the market is open. But that's how it is here today in Kuala Lumpur. Unfortunately though, I don't have that much time left. So we're just gonna have to take a look up on the roof and then I'm gonna head back to the airport. And of course the views here during the night
are beautiful, but what you can see during the day is just really amazing. Like, a view like this is not something that you'd usually expect to find at the cheapest of anything. I mean, I've stayed at dozens and dozens of other Hilton hotels with much worse views.
But all in all, I'm pretty happy with my stay over here at the world's cheapest Hilton. And if you've been wondering just how much I paid, well, one night here cost me about 253 ringgit, and that's about a little bit over 58 US dollars. But the thing is, I was staying here on a Friday night, so I had to pay the weekend rate. So I did a thorough search to find what the absolute cheapest night you could book here is, and right now you could book a night here for 149 ringgit, which is about $34 and some change. So in reality, there's no world's cheapest hotel, world's cheapest Hilton, or anything like that, just because rates are changing all the time. And there are other cheap Hiltons out there. So while maybe one day the Hilton Garden Inn over in Phuket, Thailand might be a little bit cheaper than any night available here, on another day it might be this place or another one in the region, or perhaps somewhere else in a different part of the world. And if Hilton happened to make a mistake one day, then maybe you'd be able to get a hotel for $1 or even 1 cent. But this particular hotel is often known among travelers as the cheapest Hilton in the world. But one thing's for sure about this hotel, your money goes a pretty long way. So if you enjoyed this video about spending the night at the world's cheapest Hilton, then make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel for many more travel videos. And if you enjoyed watching this video about the cheapest Hilton in the world, I think you'll really enjoy watching this one next. I really appreciate y'all watching, and I'll see you in the next one.